Hi, how are you? My name is Eric Medina. This is Meg 2342. Today we're gonna do project 3, working with the thermistor. Basically, we're gonna have the breadboard as one of our supplies, a 10K resistor, make sure it's a 10K, the thermistor, which is gonna help us measure the heat around the area that it's within and work with the Arduino program. So it will convert energy into temperature with the resistor that's interacting with. LEDs. And then jumper cables. Make sure all they're at least 6 or they're long, because they're not gonna be able to reach all of it, or you'll have to make your power supply bend just some millimeters so it doesn't disconnect from the breadboard. The power supply, the Uno R3, which is the Arduino, and a USB cable. So we're basically gonna start with our first step, which is getting the breadboard in, and we're gonna put it right next to the power supply. So we will have a better accuracy of how much distance we have to do between each one of them. We go start with putting the 2 LEDs on one side of the breadboard. We exclusively put it on the left side. Let's turn the breadboard on so it works better. So it's gonna be, make sure the ground one is the shorter one. Now that we got that, now we call implement our thermistor and our 10K resistor. We're basically gonna put it over here between the 60 and the 55, or thermistor. And then our 10K, let's put it on the G row, on the same row as the thermistor, make sure, so we'll be able to pass the current between each one of them. Now to actually introduce the power supply connected with the breadboard. It's gonna be first the ground. It's gonna be connected over here with the LEDs. It doesn't really matter which row it is, it's just as long as it's in the negative. Now if you see, I had to move my breadboard because the distance within it, each one of them. So our 9 is we're gonna put one of the jumper cables in one of the 9, and we're specifically gonna put it with the yellow LED. And then the other one, we're gonna put it with the let's make sure. So if you notice, we did a small adjustment of switching just the colors, so it'll be better. And then the 8, we're gonna connect the jumper cable to the number 8 on the other side of the power supply right here, as you see. And we're connected to the red LED that we have displayed. After that, now we have the time to actually connect our resistor and our thermistor to the board. So our 5V, which is the 5 volts, are gonna be connected directly to the thermistor. As you see. And in the blue one, the ground is gonna be connected with the resistor. And in the A0, which is going to be connected with the program, we're going to connect it directly between both. Now as you see, our complete program is done as it's supposed. So right here, what's happening here, the 5V after it's connected to the program, it's gonna go directly to the thermistor, and it's gonna divide between these 2 points the voltage, and the resistor is basically gonna work with the thermistor as both resistance and turn the voltage into temperature, which is gonna display it in like Fahrenheit and Celsius, and gonna show us the difference between the resistance within how much heat I put in when I touch it and when I don't touch it. So now let's do a test. Okay, now as you see, we connected our USB cable to one of the ends of the thermistor. Now there's like gonna be voltage going through when we connect the other end into the computer. There you see. As you see on this program, we're basically gonna see how it's gonna turn on when there's no heat being applied into the thermistor. And we're gonna see how it's gonna turn on the other LED when it's actually being heated on, or like heat being applied to the thermistor. So first, what you're gonna do is have your program ready. We're gonna compile it, see if there's any error. As you see, we're gonna check done compiling, there's no error. Now we're gonna download the program into our board. Exactly like that. Now it's done uploading. Now we're gonna go back to our board. As you see, the LED is on at the moment because there's no heat being applied here on the thermistor, and there's like less energy going through because the low temperature there is. So when we apply my finger, in a couple of seconds, it's supposed to, there you go, just like that. As you see, when I apply heat, body heat, or any kind of heat that I go apply to it, like for example, heat gun or secadora, which is also a dryer for the hair, a blow dryer to be specific, and we're just gonna apply to it, and you see that the other yellow light is turning on. So basically it's doing the energy transfer. Well, not energy transfer, but most like the thermistor is actually reading the energy and passing it through now because there's high heat applied to it. And if I let it go, it's gonna go back to it. Now if we go back to the computer, we're gonna look at our tools. We're gonna look at our serial monitor, and it's basically gonna show us our temperature given at the moment, which is 83 degrees, 82 within 81, 83, 84 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment, which it goes all the way on to 80 as well. And then it turns into the Celsius as you see right here. Now, if we go back to the other tools, we're gonna do our serial plotter. Let's turn off our serial monitor and turn on our serial plotter. It's basically gonna show us how the line is constant. You see right here, it's gonna take a little while to see. Let's pause the video and see the rest of the results. So now we're seeing this now, which is just a constant power and energy going through. Now if I apply the heat, immediately the heat is applied, and then I go back, it goes back to normal. Heat is applied, and it gives a pattern of a zigzag at least. This is to differentiate the situation of temperature and resistance, to actually know what's happening when heat is applied to our thermistor, and knowing that the energy is going through when our heat is applied, and be able to turn it into the temperature that we're looking at it right now. For example, the 82, 83 degrees Fahrenheit and the 27 degrees Celsius that we were looking at right now as well. Okay, that's mostly much it. Like, I'll go see. If you want to watch again, here's the example again. We're gonna touch our thermistor, and it immediately reacts with the 5 volts right here, interacts with the 10K right here, and immediately changes the energy right here to temperature, which show us that it's working. Thank you very much and have a good day.